Well, I guess we do have this new photo. Prime photo. Let's check this photo again. Well, I guess that explains why the knife doesn't have any prints on it, because I guess she's wearing gloves? But why is she wearing this jacket thing? And actually, where is the jacket? And where's the body? You'd think there'd be blood splattering, on the floor and stuff, or in the car, and maybe you'd see feet or a head sticking out of the trunk, but there's nothing. Okay, let's see if we can do anything new somehow. So on my way to deliver a lunchbox, when I sent something. The wire fence. I saw. Wait a minute. This photo... Oh wait, no it does. I was about to say that this photo doesn't have a wire fence through it, but it does. Oh, there goes my theory. What? Oh, I pressed the thing by accident! Ah! Okay, let's see, feed, parking lot floor plan, so... She's probably standing, right here, and this is nowhere close to 30 feet away. Cause, it'd be, 30 feet would probably be somewhere like this. And it'd have, for one thing, it'd have this car in the shot. And the fence would be a lot smaller. While as the fence pattern's right here. This is if you're taking it way close up to it. Unless if you have some sort of magic autofocus lens thing.
A few moments later.
I guess we could try presenting this, because since we pressed her on this before, she said she didn't have time to stop it, but she had time to take a picture. So let's see what.
Objection!
Objection! The music stopped. That's why. Objection! And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife. As I've already said, yes. I swear to my finest salmon swirl lunch. Where does she put all her lunches? Does she put, does her coat have a really, really big pocket? Or does she put them somewhere else? Probably in her hat. I think it's in her hat. She puts her lunches in her hat. Santa is sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Yes, this was the intention I had when presenting this piece of evidence. I am actually very smart. Do not doubt me. Ahem. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever. Yet, it was still stronger than your feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection! And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains of the chief prosecutor's coat that she's wearing like an anime protagonist? But this is a black and white photograph. Oh, yes. It is hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem there. I mean, it could be a coffee stain or something. Actually, why is it a black and white photograph in the first place? Great, did they not have color photos at this time? Maybe she's like used on a really, 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 really bad camera. No problem. Except you. Mr. Wright, are you just going to sit there and take that kind of abuse? Ugh. You got a better idea? Objection, no problem. The power of save scum compels you. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Probably. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. Namely, the moment she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Yeah, she did say that. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. I have no idea what this sentence has to do with the court case. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understand it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a card game protagonist. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands on that photograph. Just because she was wearing gloves? Whoa, are those gloves? Surgical gloves, made of thin rubber most likely. Why would she have those on? Smooth brain. It was not premeditated. She would not be wearing those gloves. How does she know what kind of gloves those are? I mean, like, those could be like, I don't know, motorcycle riding gloves, like regular gloves. It's kind of hard to tell with the black and white photo, and also because this game doesn't use like textures for a lot of its artwork. She would not be wearing those gloves. Also, my face is big. Warg. Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. My voice acting is slipping again. Premeditated murder? A serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves proves it. I guess we can put pressure on this. Hold it! What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like, driving gloves. I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. It was really hard to tell in this photo. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. Okay, in that case, that makes sense. They were rubber gloves. This information would have been very useful, like, 5 minutes ago. You know, when I was trying to submit the knife thing. Instead, my lifeguard got exploded because of you. Huh? Sephiroth? They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. I like flipping my hair. Whenever I flip my hair, my hat goes all sparkly. Like this. This sparkly hat. Next to my jelly donuts. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Arg. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. She got them thinking that this was all planned. If she could prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound. Yeah, flesh wound. Sure. Actually, would I be able to present the cell phone? Because, like, if it was planned, then she wouldn't have called her sister after she did the thing. So let's see what happens. Okay, nope, that doesn't work. Santa doesn't like cell phones. Cell phones should not be in the court. Well, it was a good try.
A few minutes later.
Well, we're dead. Okay, just kicks him out. Well, it's a good thing we saved.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Objection!
Oh yeah, we got a thing. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. I don't know what that has to do with knives, but okay. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case?
A bloody murder weapon, a red car, I'm belonging to the prosecutor, there.
The defendants of the chief prosecutor. Mommy, our They let a kid in here? What? Why is there a kid in here? I did not. Okay. Okay. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, Rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seemed like a natural conclusion to Santa. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense than what I've been trying to say. Ew. The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon! Order! Order! Santa demands order! Santa demands McDonald's. McDonald's! Order! McDonald! Santa's going to move on now. Great! Now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Oh, that finger waggle. That finger waggle. I believe the next lunch will be is humble pie. What? Yes, I talk like this now. When I wag the finger, that means my personality changes. So which means, if I could do a Sonic the Hedgehog voice, I would. I don't know. I'll try to do. I believe the next lunch. No, that is not Sonic the Hedgehog. Humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. This shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? Yes. Okay, that makes sense. But you know as well I do that she planned on killing him. It was just plan. Why is she so insistent on, like, the plan stuff? You know, I think, like, maybe she's insisting on that it was planned, because if we prove that it's not planned, then it somehow proves that she's like an accomplice or something. So she's trying to divert our attention to something else. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. So says Santa. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you! No more jelly donuts for you. My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now?